Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Attorney General Daniel Cameron is asking the FBI to investigate former Governor Matt Bevin's pardons. And a deputy jailer here in Perry County is behind bars after police say he smuggled drugs into the jail. Plus, in West Virginia, a Huntington hookah bar is being forced to close after 7 people were shot there on New Year's Day.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6:33 on this Friday, January the 3rd. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. Madison has today off, so it's just Brandon and I. Let's bring in the big guy and get a breakdown of what to expect on Brandon. What is a severe weather alert day?
Yes, sir. And raindrops keep falling on your head unless you're in parts of the region where they've stopped for a little bit, but they'll be back later today. Lots of rain still to come. In our coverage this morning, we're seeing some of that there in the heaviest bands coming through parts of Pike County and over toward Martin County, Floyd County, back over into Breathitt County, Magoffin County, Knott County there. So again, a lot of heavy bands of rain there. Anywhere you're seeing those yellows, darker greens, or oranges, that's heavy bands of rain coming down this morning. Visibility is getting worse by the minute. We're seeing 1 mile visibility at Prestonsburg, less than 1 mile at Harlan, 1 mile, a little bit more than 1 mile at Williamsburg, and lots of areas that are 5 miles or less. So keep that in mind this morning as you travel. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s, heading for the upper 50s later today with those winds cranking out of the south. With that warm front pushing toward us, we have a cold front though pushing toward us from the other direction, and that's going to cool us off as we head into the weekend. 57 today though. Rain heavy at times, and again your headlines, some high water issues are possible, especially in the Cumberland Valley, anywhere south of Highway 80, Hal Rogers Parkway. So again, keep an eye on your creeks and streams and the possibility for some snow to fly coming later this weekend. We'll talk more about that coming up here in just a few minutes. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. A deputy jailer here in Perry County is behind bars after police say he smuggled drugs into the jail. WYMT's Madison Pergram talked with those involved to learn more on the arrest.
It started as a tip.
From that point, started looking at that deputy, watching some tape video of him, some suspicious behavior inside the cells of him going in and talking to inmates.
A tip that one of their own might be smuggling drugs into the jail.
First of all, it's disheartening to know that one of your brothers would bring something into the jail that would put the inmates at risk and his fellow officers.
And a topic Lonnie Brewer, jail administrator, discussed with his own.
We talked about, do not fall prey to this. Do not become someone bringing stuff in this jail, because if you get caught, we are going to prosecute you, and we're going to do it to the fullest extent of the law.
Words that Deputy Jailer Shannon Adams did not follow. He was arrested during a traffic stop with a cigarette pack of Suboxone.
Not for just this jail, but I hope the other jails, deputies realize it's not worth the risk.
A risk that is defeating the purpose.
We want the folks that come to jail to get help. We want them to go back out in the communities and support their families, be a support to their children and to their wives, husbands, whatever the case may be, but better than what they come to jail. And when you got a deputy who would bring drugs into the jail, that is no help.
In fighting a problem, places like the Kentucky River Regional Jail try to prevent every day. In Perry County, Madison Pergram, WYMT Mountain News.
Adams is charged with second-degree trafficking. One group who trains and deploys search and rescue dogs is in a tough spot after a New Year's Eve theft. Someone stole a trailer belonging to the Jefferson County Search Dog Association full of nearly $7,000 worth of communication equipment. The theft happened in the Iroquois neighborhood of Louisville. One member of the volunteer group is asking the thief to bring the trailer back because its contents could help save lives.
You hurt your own community. There's children and elderly that's going to go missing, and we're not going to have things to help facilitate finding them.
The Louisville Metro Police Department is investigating. The group is keeping a close eye on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Craigslist, and area pawn shops. A West Virginia bar is closed after 7 people were shot there on New Year's Day. The city of Huntington is closing the Culture Hookah Bar. 2 of the 7 people remain in critical condition. The rest are considered stable. The mayor says the business originally applied as a retail business and was approved. It later applied to become a bar but did not follow procedures to be licensed. The mayor says the business has not paid any taxes, which helped the city's decision to close it. And now the city is not allowing any new bar to open within the city. Officials now have a suspect in connection to the shooting. Huntington police say they are looking for 30-year-old Keemany Deshaun Davis from Detroit. He is charged with 7 counts of wanton endangerment, along with 1 count of malicious wounding. Davis also already had active warrants for burglary and domestic battery. Court officials tell WYMT a guilty plea has been entered in a Martin County triple murder case. Lance Ward was accused in the deaths of Derek James, Amber Lockard, and Micah Sammons back in 2018. Ward originally pleaded not guilty in June of 2018. In 2019, prosecutors filed paperwork to seek the death penalty in the case. Ward was scheduled to go before a grand jury in March of 2020. The robbery charges were dismissed. Well, to Floyd County now, where officials are optimistic about the recently announced state prison project. In October, former Governor Matt Bevin announced that the old Otter Creek prison in Wheelwright would reopen as a state-operated prison. During his last day as governor, Bevin signed an emergency lease for the property, leaving many people unsure about the future of the project.
The indication I'm getting from the folks that I'm talking to in Frankfort, the prison project is still moving forward. There's some issues that have to be hammered out here, some last minute issues to be taken care of, but I'm optimistic.
That was Judge Executive Robbie Williams, who says he believes the state and local leaders will still work to bring those 200 jobs to the region. Attorney General Daniel Cameron is asking the FBI to investigate former Governor Bevin's pardons. Representative Chris Harris and Senate Minority Leader Morgan McGarvey asked for the investigation weeks ago. The investigation is focused on the pardon of Patrick Baker, who was convicted of reckless homicide. He was described as the trigger man in the death of Donald Mills. Baker's family raised more than $20,000 for the Bevin campaign. WYMT's Emily Bennett talked to the sister of Donald Mills, who says she hopes this investigation will land Baker back in jail.
Melinda Mills says May 9th, 2014 will forever be burned into her mind as she scrolled through social media, finding out her brother had been murdered.
It was unreal believing it, and then, you started getting private messages from everybody, and they're like, we know stuff's on social media. Is it true or not? Well, I didn't know.
Trials went on for 4 years, and finally, after Patrick Baker was convicted of killing her brother Donald Mills, she had some peace.
And we thought we had everything behind us until it came up for parole hearings, and unfortunately, it came up before that.
Just weeks ago, on her 36th birthday, Baker's pardon from former Governor Matt Bevin was announced.
He just had a little smirky smile. And everybody knows he's guilty. We all know that's involved. The state police knows he's guilty. We all know it because the evidence is there to back it up.
And now, Attorney General Daniel Cameron is asking the FBI to investigate.
It would be closure. It'd be like, all the pieces to the puzzle fitting together.
Hoping the investigation will actually turn this for good.
And we hope and pray that, he gets more time than what he got during the actual trial in the state case. And now that it's federal, that there could be a lot more changes.
Mills wanting investigations to end by January 28th.
That would be his 35th birthday.
Praying, wishing for an end to the heartbreak.
And I'd love to see it come out by then.
Again, that was Emily Bennett reporting. We do not know when the investigations will start. Attorney General Daniel Cameron has said his office is willing to assist in any way.
We continue to track the rain here just close to 6:30, or a little after 6:30 rather. We're going to continue to see again the rain come in bands, and we're seeing some breaks, but there's a lot more of it before we're even said and done with, or even close to being said and done with this system there across the next couple of days. We come back to live pinpoint Doppler radar. Heavy bands of rain still falling across parts of Magoffin County now this morning, back over toward Floyd County and over toward Knott County, going over into the Big Sandy there. So we're tracking that band. Some rain also also going into parts of West Virginia now, Mingo and Logan counties there in southern West Virginia. Visibility is rough across the area, so be careful, slow it down. Ponding water on the roads this morning, low visibility. So just again, keep that in mind. Some possible high water issues throughout the morning, throughout the day, into the evening, and tomorrow as well as the rain continues. Temperatures in the 40s down to the south there, I-75, Lake Cumberland, Cumberland Valley, 50s in the Kentucky River and into the Big Sandy. Your out the door forecast today, the rain will continue, be heavy at times. So again, just be easy today on the roads. Just take your time, take it easy, and please do not drive through floodwater. Will?
Alrighty, Brandon, thank you. Well, we will have stories that are trending on WYMT.com next. As always, thank you for joining us right here on Mountain News this morning. Tensions are high in the Middle East today after the U.S. killed a top Iranian general in an airstrike.